hello there, Servum17 once again. This is my Bayonetta Hard Pure Platinum run. This is Chapter 7, Cardinal Virtue of Temperance. Or Temperancia, as I think it's called, something along those lines. So the boss fights in this run are actually really fun because they're not that challenging. They're more a case of bashing attack when you have the electric Durgas on and watching for the moves that you have to dodge, like this one. So, I was reading the comments on a video before I started this playthrough when I was watching a ton of Bayonetta footage that got me really excited to play the game again. And I saw a player, I can't say her name, but she's fucking amazing. She has a non-stop infinite climax pure platinum run playing as Jean, which, you know, if you understand this game, you understand how impressive that is. And she was doing this boss fight and she was parrying the gunfire like I did just then, and the eye lasers and a whole bunch of other techniques, which I was like, how the hell is she doing these inputs? It didn't make any sense to me because I thought the parry was super precise. And it turns out it's just guarding, and the guarding is quite relaxed. All you have to do is mash forward on the control stick. And when I was reading through the comments, some guy's like, how the hell do you parry these things so precisely? And she says it's not precise, you just have to keep knocking the analog towards the direction of where the damage is coming from. So lo and behold, I remembered this when I was recording, and I attempted it, and it proved to be super easy to do and really safe. So whenever you see the guns coming towards you or you see the eye lasers begin to shoot, just start flicking the analog towards where they're coming from, and if you have that equipment on, you will block it. And if you time any of them better than just a standard block, you'll do a parry, and it will give you a boost to your stylish points. And it makes this fight a lot easier. However, there's three phases to this, and there's two checkpoints. The first checkpoint's after you've taken off both his arms. The second checkpoint, is when his head elongates on the final phase of the fight. And you'll notice right now I'm going to swap to an item that I didn't realise how it worked. I thought Celine's Light would protect you from taking damage and trigger Witch Time. It doesn't work like that because I'm an idiot. What it does do, however, is it triggers Witch Time and it gives you damage. So I put it on here as a safety blanket because I kept getting hit by the wind dragon that he does in this phase. I also had a lot of difficulties keeping my combo on these moments, which was really frustrating, but what can you do? So you'll notice I've swapped that equipment out because I thought it was going to protect me, and it actually doesn't in the grand scheme of things, but I was lucky in this that I didn't get hit by it because I avoided it like then. And for some reason, I just kept getting hit, so you'll notice I'm doing the Panther, I'm spamming evade, and there's the eye lasers, there's the parries / blocks. They were all blocks. And then you just keep that combo to get the style points. As soon as you see this come towards you, start knocking the analog to try and block it. Sometimes you don't have to, sometimes it just misses. And as soon as you get to the arm phase of this particular sequence, when you break the orb, you'll get a checkpoint. So you no longer have to start from the very beginning of this entire fight if you're going for rank. And I must have restarted this about 5 or 6 times until I got his pattern down. Because it occurred to me that I never really learnt the bosses, I just kind of avoided, you know. I was pretty good at evasion, and I won through sheer attrition of avoiding attacks and attacking and getting hit occasionally, but just soldiering on. The cores here have 2 moves. One of them is an AoE, the other one is this one that fires these projectiles at you. The easiest way to sustain a combo while avoiding them is to mash evade into Panther mode while mashing attack. Because you get iframes as you transform because it's still an evade, and you'll be doing attacks as the Panther and as Bayonetta. There's not too much timing involved, you know, it's a pretty cheesy technique, but it works, and whatever works is what you should be using, in my opinion. So this is your first checkpoint and the second phase of the fight. When you do this on lower difficulties, there are only, I believe, 3 cores to kill. On hard and above, you have to do 5. But this is by far the easiest phase of this fight, because all you have to do is evade the attacks that you've already been evading, which is that AoE right there, and then the static electric javelins that it summons every so often. And the only difficulty here is seeing what the hell is going on, because there's so many giant electrical fists slapping this boss's, you know, many random energy clip whip things. So avoid that. Keep your combo going. And don't stress if you drop it at any point. There's enough opportunities here to build your combo up. Sure, you might not get millions of halos if you're looking to farm, but you'll get the combo requirement for the pure platinum. The real challenge here is not getting hit, and even that is more than doable. Like, if you can't pure platinum the levels on this game because of Alfheims and things, just try a few of the bosses. They're really fun to get the rank on. And I always looked forward to the bosses because they rejuvenated me when I was getting down. Because I knew, you know, as much as I'm restarting a lot because I'm getting a ton of cheap hits, as soon as you learn the pattern, as soon as you know what the attacks are and how to avoid them, it goes from being trial and error to really, really fun. And there's the saving in the bottom right. Here's the final checkpoint. And I believe I'm going to use the Bangle of Time here to try and build up a big combo. I have full Witch Time, and the Bangle of Time enables me to do some sick damage to him really quickly. So I'm doing the standard 4 punches and kick into the killgore kicks. It does a lot of damage, and it builds my combo really high. And as soon as the Witch Time drops, I'm probably going to swap equipment back to what I had. There we go. And then I'm going to, from this moment on, watch what he does. This is the lasers, so I'm going to avoid the lasers and try and attack him while this is happening, so I don't drop my combo. There's the eye lasers, which can be parried. There's a couple of parries, or blocks, which is more appropriate. And there's the climax. I know that looks confusing. I know it looks intense and crazy. It makes a lot more sense when you've played it. And if you're sitting here watching this and you've never played Bayonetta, you can probably pick this game up for less than 10 quid. You can probably get it for like a fiver in a bargain bin. And I think this is one of the most enjoyable games on the generation that it came out of. I think this is one of the all-time best action games ever made. Because regardless of if you're good at it, regardless of if you like the way it does action, it just plays fun. And it just feels fun. And a lot of games don't. And that is why I love it. So thank you very much for watching, and you take care now.